G'day and welcome back. Today we're diving into the 5 points of interest that debuted in the Knights of Cross and Rose DLC. They all have different functions and provide some kind of benefit to the controlling player. For most, you simply need to stand one of your units in the aura to begin claiming it. There's a base capture time, which can be reduced with more units. If you put 2 in the aura, the time is halved. With 3, it's reduced to a third. When an enemy unit enters the aura while you are capturing, then the progress will pause until they leave. And if you leave the aura before it completes, then the capture progress will quickly decrease. The Abandoned Outpost is perhaps the most boring of the points of interest, but that doesn't mean it's useless. The effect is simple. It acts as a free outpost with no emplacements and no garrison space. It grants only line of sight for 11 tiles centered at its location. Its capture time is only 30 seconds, giving it the fastest base capture time. You'll find these on High View, Land Mega Random, and Enlightened Horizon. Capturing them gives you a decent amount of map visibility for free, but while it's not a game changer, it may save you by providing advanced warning of an approaching enemy force, or help you to spot out enemy villager movements that you wouldn't have otherwise seen. The Forgotten Ruins are perhaps the most valuable point of interest, at least in the late game. Each one can be captured in the standard way and takes 60 seconds. But once you capture, you need to garrison a villager inside to see any benefit. As soon as you garrison, you'll see 2 timers begin. The first is 15 seconds and repeats as long as you have a villager garrisoned when it hits 0. For this, you'll be rewarded with 15 stone. This continues until the other timer is depleted. The second is 360 seconds and is the total unbroken garrison time needed to fully deplete the ruin. When this timer expires, the ruin will disappear, your villager will ungarrison, and a relic will appear. Find them currently on Altai, Edge Maze, and Land Mega Random. You can also achieve an infinite trickle of stone by ungarrisoning before the 300-second timer finishes, since this resets the timer. So if you're flush with gold from trade, maybe you'd prefer the stone. Though objectively speaking, the relic is definitely the better return. In theory, there is also an exploit where you could have your villager gathering for most of the time while still getting the stone, since the current stone timer continues when you ungarrison, so you could get 10 out of every 15 seconds chopping trees while still collecting the stone. But it's going to take up a good portion of your attention and APM, so it isn't actually a practical return. The Lost Ronin camp allows you to hire Ronin mercenaries. It's captured in the standard way and takes 60 seconds. A timer starts after 5 minutes of game time, regardless if the camp is captured or not. From then on, every 120 seconds the camp gains 1 Ronin ticket, allowing the controlling player to recruit a Ronin costing 100 gold. You can recruit them one at a time here, or cash in every ticket you can afford by hitting this button. The Ronin is essentially a man-at-arms which automatically upgrades as you age up. Holding the camp can allow you to supplement your army instantly with cheap, though gold-heavy units. Find the Ronin camp on Hedge Maze, Land Mega Random, and Enlightened Horizon. The Merchant Camp is one of the most valuable in the early game and maintains relevance into the late game by providing a steady trickle of 15 food, wood, and gold per minute to the controlling player. This doesn't need a villager and doesn't take up pop space. It has a 60-second capture time and can be found on Enlightened Horizon and Land Mega Random. Capturing these early is worthwhile as it is a noticeable supplement to your early game economy. Many players will drop a Dark Age barracks and build some spearmen to gain control of the opponent player's camps, since it not only earns you an income, but denies your opponent the same. The wolf den cannot be captured. Instead, you destroy it. It spawns wolves periodically, up to 5, starting after 5 minutes. These are normally positioned to be obstacles to trade routes or in likely paths of walls, so ignoring them for too long can just become another drain on your economy as you lose traders or villagers to the wolf menace. The den has 500 health points and 50 ranged armor. It requires melee units to take it down. At 70% health it releases 2 additional wolves, and at 30% it burns, spawns 2 more wolves and gives 150 gold to the attacker. Wolves cease spawning after it's destroyed. I'd recommend against using villagers to destroy a wolf den. The wolves that spawn are stronger than normal and can even beat a feudal horseman in a 2v1. You'll want at least a couple military units to take it on. Maps featuring it include Hedge Maze, Land Mega Random, and Enlightened Horizon. That wraps up the 5 points of interest in AoE 4. Use them to gain an economic edge, map control, or military strength. And if you found this guide helpful, or you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it makes a huge difference for a channel of my size. Thanks, and see you next time.